talking about the new content update from Monster Hunter Wilds. So I'm calling it Title Update 2.5. They're just calling it expanded endgame content for Title Update 3. Or no, sorry, correction. They're calling it version 1.021. I'll just call it Title Update 2.5. If you don't remember what Title Update 2.5 was or what I'm talking about, I had a video about it a few weeks ago, where they announced that they are moving content from Title Update 3 over to an early release during Title Update 2 in August, which came out on the 13th. The update had to be pushed back a week so that they could plan to properly have this stuff implemented, so we got a new update earlier. However, we're still waiting on the fucking uh what's it called, quest, the collab quest for the fucking guitar. Um Probably shouldn't curse this early into the video. Maybe I'll bleep that out. I don't know. Probably won't because I'm not monetized yet. So who cares? So this update entailed getting a new difficulty level of quest and a new reward system with those difficulty level quests. What that means is they have incorporated a level 9 tier monster, or a harder monster, a tier 9 monster now. Um, And with those 9-star monsters, you now get talismans instead of any other rewards. So this is their post over on Facebook. Expanded endgame rewards, completing 9-star hunt rewards players with the glowing stone appraisal item as a reward, which transforms into unique appraised talismans with randomly assigned skills. Here's what can roll in the new talismans: armor skills, weapon skills, and deco slots for both armor and weapons. Which, okay, that's pretty cool. The fact that we're still dealing with the fact that they separated weapon and armor skills, the fact that now these talismans can have both, and these talismans can have both for armor slots as well. That's good. That's a good change that gives us a reason to play. It gives me a reason to play now that, I mean, yes, I want to learn new weapons. I know the insect glaive, I know the gun lance, I know the lance. I could probably, if I wanted to spend more time, learn the great sword better than what I know. Um, but I could get into learning more weapons, and that would give me a little bit more replay value. But this gives us a reason to play. It gives us a reward. And it's a random reward, which is Monster Hunter. We're used to this. Monster Hunter always has random. So prior to this, the random was like the gems, the decos, and now and the Ardian parts, and now it's also talismans. Which that's fine. That's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's properly implemented in uh, in this sense. I think although this is a step forward, they still dropped the ball. For one, number one, are the talismans worth it? I would argue maybe. I only have a couple of hours in the game. You're probably seeing it over here right now as I'm talking and showing off some decos. Maybe I'll be cutting here and there to show you some of the decos that I got, or some of the talismans I got, the charms, whatever you want to call them. I'll be showing them over here. Is it worth it? Yes, because it helps create a new meta. It helps create the ability to use your whatever armor set you want. Personally, for me, with my lance set, I would love to have a taunt. To have the whatever it is to taunt the monsters, to pull the monsters and pull the threat, so that I'm constantly being attacked by them. Because I have, um, what is it? Offensive guard and blocking and things like that on my lance set that would really make it so much more useful if when I'm playing with my friends, the monsters attack me. Now I know I could get the lore the lore pods or whatever, and maybe I should start using those on top of this taunting armor ability. But like the fact that in order to get it, I need to have 3 guardian sets and none of them are really good. or 3 pieces of Guardian armor, and none of them are really great. It just it makes it hard for me to be able to actually utilize the offensive guard and utilize my blocking and my my counterattacks effectively. Like when I'm fighting certain monsters, say Nuudra, it's really easy because he's all area of effect attacks. But then when I'm fighting things like, say, Ray Dow, who is targeted pinpoint attacks, it's a little bit more difficult to be able to get like, those good guards and those offensive guards in to get that extra damage. So like the charms are it depends. Like some of them are good, some of them are bad. A buddy of mine says that he's found some rarity 5 charms that are really good. I have like one or two saved. I don't remember what they are. I have one or two saved and favorited. But they actually also added, and they didn't explain this in any of the content, you can now meld the talismans as well. And so if you get a bunch of talismans that you don't care, that you don't think are worth it, you can go to the melder and meld all of the talismans all at once. And so you should mark favorites as you're going through. Most of the missions I've seen, I think the maximum number of talismans I've seen to collect are 8. So you can get up to 8 appraisal items, and there's the occasion that you could get a bonus appraisal item just in your normal rewards, but the base rewards for the hunt is 8. And so that's pretty cool. You can get a lot of these. It's a neat system, it's a decent system, and the fact that you can have both armor and weapon skills on these and help make things stronger. Like if I could get, to be honest, if I could get a level 4 gem slot on one of these talismans that makes it worth it to where I can load in my uh what's it called? My elemental skills and then load up more other skills on my weapon or vice versa, like that would be great. And that it's really it is a helpful mechanic, but this then raises a question that I'm not too happy with, and that is, what's the point of Arc Tempered? Arc Tempered hunts, they're supposed to be the hardest monsters to hunt, but now we have rank 9 tempered hunts. Why not just turn those into arc tempered? Why not have random encounter arc tempereds on the field? And why not have the arc tempereds drop these talismans? The other problem is now, if you want the talismans, you have to hunt rank 9. But if you want Ardian parts, you have to hunt under rank 9. But all of rank 9s are tempered. I have not seen a rank 9 regular hunt. So why not give me both Ardian parts and talismans? That just it makes it so that I can't just hunt the one thing. I have to hunt one level or the other, and I have to keep track of what the rewards are. And Ardian parts are a pain in the ass to come by. They really are. You have to admit it. They are. They suck. I barely often get the parts that I want, and they're some of the best meta weapons in the game. So you kind of want the Ardian parts. So it kind of defeats the purpose of a arc tempered outside of just getting its armor, and it kind of like I don't. It makes the gameplay loop a little more like, all right, what do I need now? Do I need Ardian parts or do I need talismans? I need talismans for sure, but if I decide to start working on a new weapon, I'm gonna need to check those Ardian parts. Because I'll be honest, I've used all my Ardian parts that I need right now for lances, and I have a really good fire lance, but now I need to roll better on the lances I've already had. Plus, if I want to learn, say, charge blade or learn better with the great sword or something else, again, I'm gonna need to use those Ardian parts to get those better weapons. It's a little bit of a pain, and I really feel like, especially if you're getting a double tempered hunt, you should a 9-star double tempered hunt, you should have both Ardian parts and talisman slots or talismans. It should not just be the talismans. And that's where I get a little like perturbed about the fact of what they're doing. Cuz yeah, they're trying to make it more of a more of a replay value type system where you can come back, you keep coming back, and you get different rewards, and there's a reason to fight different things, but it still rests on there's no reason to fight anything other than the apexes. There's no reason to fight anything other than the big three or the big four and the DLC monsters. And that sucks. There are so many other monsters. I have not fought more than like maybe 5 Rathalos in this entire game. Why isn't Rathalos an Apex for one? But but for two, like it's boring, to be honest. It's boring cuz I don't get the chance to fight any other monsters. And they should have rank 9 monsters of the lower type of monsters, and they just give lower rewards. I would be absolutely fine running 1 or 2 Camatrices, if that's his name, right? The fucking fire chicken. I would be absolutely fine running like 1 or 2 of them for 2 talisman parts, but then having the apexes be, uh, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 talisman parts. It doesn't make sense as to why we're not getting harder, lower tier monsters. It's just rank 9 apexes. And that is like you're dropping the ball here. Like it's not really working out for you all too well in my opinion, because why did you spend all this time creating all these other monsters and we don't have to fight them? Like even before this update with the tempereds, it was always apexes. That's all you fight, because if you fight anything lower than apexes, you're getting a lower tier Ardian part, and so that's not worth it. There's no sense and no reason in making mid, low, mid, and high tier Ardian parts when you could just give us the Ardian parts and have us make the weapons we want. Like having low tier Ardian parts just means, okay, those are parts that I can use for melting. That's it. Low tier Ardian parts don't get you a weapon that's worth using. I've never used a low tier Ardian weapon. I've never used a mid tier Ardian weapon. Ever since I beat the game, it's only been high tier Ardian weapons. Because that power creep and that leveling up the low tier Ardian weapon and powering it up to its max level and then getting the mid, like, it wasn't worth it. I could just use the weapons I was using to make the highest tier Ardian weapon. And yes, you can meld the lower tier parts into higher tier parts, but they're not worth the points. The amount of points you need to get a high tier part is not worth a lot of the low tiers, because the lowest tier is only worth 1 point. High tier, mid tier is worth like maybe 5 or 10. I can't remember. It's not really. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just they do this. They make this system of, hey, we have 3 tiers of weapons, but the strongest weapons are the weapons that you need to fight the apexes for. And you can't get any parts for the strongest weapons unless you're only fighting the apexes, which turns the game into only fighting the apexes. That's the problem that Monster Hunter always has, is at the end of the day, you're always fighting whatever the hardest monster is. You're always fighting the Elder Dragons. You're always fighting the apexes. You're always fighting. But like in World, when they incorporated Tempered, Tempered was just more decos. And so you could fight any tempered monster and you would get decorations. And that's how it should have been. It should be tempereds get you decorations, or all tempereds just give you the same tier Ardian parts. I don't know. That's a tangent that I really didn't mean to go off on. But that's the problem with Monster Hunters. Now I need to pick, do I want Ardian parts or do I want um these talismans? And you only get, like, I think the most I said is 8. And outside of that, there's really, like, you don't get a lot. So now I'm picking and choosing the hunts I want to do based on how many talismans I'm getting. Might not necessarily be the monster I want to hunt. I have so many monster parts, I don't really need to hunt any specific monster. I could probably make almost every armor set at the moment with how many hunts I've done, except for maybe the lower tier monsters. Um, and I just, I don't know. Did this help this game? Yeah, yeah, it gave me more of a reason. It gives the players more of a reason to jump back into it and to continue to hunt these monsters and to continue to push against some of these harder monsters. But is this the best thing they could have done? No. They could have done better. And it really just proves that, like, some people are saying that they rushed the game. I don't think they rushed it. I just think they don't have a plan. And they never had a plan. That's my thought on it. That's my thought on it. Now, what does this spell for the future of Monster Hunter? One second. There we go. What does this spell for the future of Monster Hunter? Well, a lot of the updates that we were supposed to be getting in Title Update 3 have been moved to Title Update 2.5, which means Title Update 3 is now currently just additional monster. And that is it. Which I'm dubious I'm concerned with because it's monster, not monsters. We're going to get one monster, which means it's going to be a lackluster update. They're probably going to announce some sort of stupid collab like the 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 guitar or something when they announce Title Update 3, but we're not getting that till the end of September. So we have a month and a half of this talisman system, which honestly means, unfortunately, to be truly honest, this game is still a once a week game for me. It's not a game I'm going to be going back to multiple days a week because there's no real reason, even though it brought me back with this talisman system, there's no reason for me to actually fully play it because it's again, it's still just the same monsters over and over, and the rewards aren't always the best. And with Title Update 3 only being one additional monster, it just like they need to announce what we're getting, which I believe they've already showed Zinogre. If not, spoiler alert, it's probably Zinogre. Um, they need to give us like at least two monsters outside of Zinogre and Arc Tempered Nuudra. And I think they need to add the talisman systems to the Arc Tempered rewards, or they need to make the Arc Tempereds be random encounters and have talismans and Ardian parts drop for them. That's what they should do. If they want to have this rank 9 challenging hunts, they need to make it so that you get rewards for everything you need and not just the rewards they want you to get. I want to be able to hunt whatever monster I want and get the rewards I want. I shouldn't have to hunt a rank 9 for one set of rewards and a rank 8 for another set of rewards. I should be able to do a rank 9 for both sets of rewards. I don't care if I get lesser of one or the other. But like at this point the talismans are the new system, so I want more talismans. But I'm gonna want the Ardian parts. It's just the way they're running this end game with the level of random, like Monster Hunter always has a level of random, but this level of random is a little too ridiculous. Um, right here they show that for Title Update 4, which is winter, which will be probably late December, if not early January. If everything we'll get end of September as the update. Um, so we would get the Halloween festival at end of October, early November. We would get and then we would get the collab if we're getting a collab at the end of December. So January, we'll probably be Title Update 4. Um, with again additional monster and more challenging hunts. So they're just going. Hopefully they learned from this and they move the more challenging hunts from Title Update 4 to Title Update 3 or 3.5 to be honest. And they give us a tier 10, and the tier 10 is going to have higher Ardian most likely. The Ardians we see are not the highest rarity Ardians. And so we're probably going to end up getting even stronger Ardians with the more challenging hunts here. Maybe even with the more challenging hunts, maybe we'll get both the talisman and Ardian rewards at the same time. And that would be nice. I didn't go into the fights of the tier 9s. They're they're harder. They hit harder. They have a little bit more health. They are a little bit faster. Like I only let's see, what did I fight? I fought Anudra, I fought um uh Jindahad, I fought Raydal twice. I think that was it. I think those were the only four, because then I focused on getting my weeklies done. Um, they weren't really like Raydal was pretty easy. Like I think I carded on each of them. When I soloed with Jindahan, I I carded twice, but those were just because of just poor rolls in attacks. I got frozen and then he killed me. Um, with the other ones, I think I might have carded at most once, if at all. And this was using my Lance build. I wasn't using anything else. So they're hard. They're fun. They are fun. For someone who uses melee weapons, but for someone who uses like the gun bow guns, they still seem to be a little rough. So I don't know. I don't use bow guns, but I know because they're bloated health pools and they hit harder. It's just bow guns are getting shafted this game. I'm hoping they pick up these more challenging hunts and bring it to like 2 point or 3.5 or something like that. But we'll see. We'll see what Capcom decides to do. Honestly, if they just combine these two additional monsters for Title Update 3 and 4 for Title Update 3, and then give us more monsters in Title Update 4, that would be nice. It gives them a lot of time to bring us all of the more monsters in Title Update 4 if Title Update 4 is not coming until January. That gives them a lot of time to develop more monsters. But this, again, it just strongly shows that they were not prepared for this game and they do not have an idea of what they're going to do next. And will the end of the game, the final release of the game, is going to be an Elder Dragon before we get the next, the update, the expansion, whatever Wilds expansion is going to be. Monster Hunter New Worlds or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, that's my thoughts. A little bit ranty. The update was good. The new content was good, but it's just not enough. Again, it's not enough. They need to give us more, and hopefully we get more at the end of September. Hopefully this collab quest for the guitar is fun. Hopefully we get better collabs. Hopefully we get better support. Who knows? We'll see, guys. If you have any comments that you want to make about this video, about Title Update 2.5, about anything, please leave those comments down below. Hit the like if you liked what you saw so the algorithm knows that people like you will like me too. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you get updates and notifications when I go live and post new videos. And like I said, leave comments down below. Also, check me out live both here on YouTube and on Twitch, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, where I live stream sometimes Monster Hunter, other times, most times, other stuff, because there's not really a lot for me to play in Monster Hunter. And be sure to check out the other videos I release on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Thank you guys so much. Please be careful, be safe, don't do anything I would do. Always hurt your loved ones. And of course, like always, be sure to wear your socks. See you all in the next